Whoa, that's drippy. Wait, are we back in my room?
Holly, are you okay? You touched the core and then you just...
What, did I do something weird?
Well, no. You just stood there for 5 minutes. But you weren't reacting when we called out to you.
Huh.
We were transported here the moment you started moving again.
Where's Yuri and Monica?
They said they are transported back to the last place they were before abduction. I assume it means that they are at their own house.
Houses?
Sari's with us the moment Dad caught us, which is why she is here. You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine now. Don't worry. God, a sudden wave of dizziness causes my knees to buckle.
Holly, you don't seem fine to us.
I'm alright, just a bit dizzy. I'm not Hallie. It's coming back to me now. My real name, my true name, is Shinichi. Okay, this is my true name.
Yes, it is. Thank goodness, Shinichi. You can finally hear your name.
You've been calling me Shinichi since the beginning, huh?
Of course. I know you can only hear the name Holly since it was set by the player when we were part of TDLC. But I've never stopped calling you by your true name, even if the others couldn't hear it.
Wait, player? I can sense you in front of me. Can you see me? Hold up. Any of you got a mirror? CRE wordlessly gives me a handheld mirror. Is this me?
This is how you've always looked, silly.
This is me. Yes, this is me!
Good use of vocab, bro.
Shut up, I'm having a moment here. Shinichi, Natsuki, shouted somebody. Are you there? Where are you? Huh? That voice.
I know that voice.
Me too. We go downstairs to the kitchen. I see a woman and a man. They are familiar. I know them. The warm smell of ginger and jasmine from the woman. I recognize it. The deep, soothing voice from the man. I know it. Natsuki runs towards them without hesitation. They are now hugging Natsuki. Natsuki cries into their arms. Mom, Dad. Mom and Dad see me. Drop the S. And their tears flow again. I gingerly take a step forward. I take another step. I quicken the pace. I run into their open arms. I couldn't stop my own tears. The warm, comforting feeling. It's different from the feeling I had when I'm with the girls. It's peaceful feeling, or this peaceful feeling. I don't want to let go of it. Not again. Never again. I am home. Ah, you're back. You see Shinichi walking towards you. Hey, thanks for giving me space. Even though it's a jump cut for you, to us real time has passed. I see you have an avatar of your own now. Nice! You've got a nice face. I like it. Huh, I can sense that we are still connected in a way. But this time, you're much more distant in a physical sense. Huh, looks like you can read my mind even though I'm no longer your avatar. I guess I can still provide narration for you since Days told me that your vision in this world is limited. I'll also tell you the things you've missed during the jump cuts, not to worry. We're outside the house after our tearful reunion. Sigari is currently hugging her own parents whilst crying uncontrollably. Natsuki's out with Mom and Dad to the supermarket to buy ingredients for our reunion party tonight. I volunteered to stay with Sigari. Gotta give her emotional support when she needed it. Monica's currently with her family. According to Days, they're having a very emotional reunion as well. Surprisingly, her parents recognized her on sight. It's quite amazing considering the fact that they haven't seen each other in 8 years. Days showed me a vision of her hugging her parents whilst crying her eyes out. It's also the first time I've ever seen Monica bawl, which is quite a contrast to her usual confident and headstrong demeanor. You sure you don't want to go find your folks, Yuri?
Oh, well,
Somehow Yuri hasn't been reunited with her parents yet. Apparently the last place she was before Dan abducted her was at one of the classrooms in the college she studied at. She didn't feel comfortable going home, so the first thing she did was finding my house with Days' help.
I need some time to think of an explanation. I was supposed to be 20 years old, but now I've reverted to a high schooler. Adding the fact that I've turned into a half-demon.
Just tell them the alien kidnapper did it. And the thing about you being a half-demon, tell them that too.
What? Are you insane? How in the world is that a good idea?
Yuri, have you ever talked to your parents before? I'm talking about a real heartfelt talk, like the one I'm having with you right now. Have you ever complained to them when things are getting too difficult? Have you ever told them how you truly feel deep down?
No, never. Whatever they require me to do, I just do it to the best of my abilities. The notion of making it to complain never crossed my mind. Something's... Making a complaint? Yeah, there's too many. I always try to meet their expectations. I fear their disappointment.
Now's the perfect chance to tell them everything. Your powers, your secrets, your pains, your fears. Tell them how you really feel without hiding anything.
But
I don't know the relationship dynamic between you and your parents. And I may not be a parent myself, but after being reunited with my own parents, I can safely say this. If your parents do not give you warmth or assurance, if they don't make you feel like reuniting with them after years of absence, then they have failed as parents. Or if they really are your parents, you should at least try to talk to them about your troubles. They are supposed to help you when you aren't feeling well. They are supposed to take care of you. They are supposed to support you and understand you. Talk to them, Yuri. Yuri, is that you, Yuri? Said someone. I turn my head towards the voices. I can see a man and a woman from a distance. Both are donning expensive-looking suits, and both of them are beckoning to Yuri. I remember seeing them on TV. Sayori walks towards me, her eyes still puffy after crying.
Are they here?
Sayori walks towards Yuri, silently proposing that she comes along for support. Yuri gently holds up one hand, stopping Sayori in her tracks and declining her offer.
I'll be right back.
Yuri walks towards the two adults. The adults are the CEOs of Libitina Computers. They are Yuri's parents. How did they find us? I have no clue. Yuri stops in front of her parents. Her steely expression remains unchanged. Both adults began to talk rapidly as Yuri approached them. The man's body language is frantic, his expression a mixture of anger and worry. The woman grabbed Yuri's shoulders violently, and I can see Yuri visibly twitch. No doubt they are both asking her questions regarding her whereabouts after her disappearance. Minutes later, both adults slowly calm down, and Yuri begins to speak. I can't hear her words, but I can hear her voice gradually becoming louder and louder, and now she's shouting with tears in her eyes. An uneasy expression forms on both of her parents' faces. She kneels down, sobbing into her hands. Both her parents also kneel down, and they hug her while saying something to her. Tears were forming in their eyes as well. Yuri's shoulders relax. You don't need the S. As she slowly puts down her hands and cries into her mother's bosom. Looks like they managed to reach an understanding.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Her cause of death in the game was due to the darkness in her own heart. By breaking free from the game, she learned to break free from the darkness. It's poetic, just like the poems she wrote. I see, this really is a new beginning. Not just for her, but for all of us. I hold Sayori's hand. Sayori dries her eyes with her other hand. Sayori wordlessly hugs me. Yet I can hear her message, loud and clear.
I love you, Makoto Shinichi.
I love you too, Haiju Sayori. We have a whole new life ahead of us in this reconstructed world. I can't wait to see what will happen next. Avatar creation and registration complete. Her name Hallie registered as avatar name. Error, avatar rendering incomplete. Phantom/watcher settings selected can only be perceived by relevant parties. Avatar auto narration function added. RR, 2 Rs. All auto narration dialogue will be in second person and accompanied by asterisks. Quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Okay. Error, dialogue choices, implementation complete. Current dialogue choice options severely limited. Please respond adequately with the responses provided. New BGM extracted from surrounding reality. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy your visit at New Gaia. Okay.
Big bro, it's time to wake up.
5 more minutes, sis.
Come on, hurry up, we're gonna be late. And you, Hallie, why don't you wake him up while you're here? Wait, you just got here, didn't you? You popped out of nowhere in Big Bro's room, and yet I don't feel weird about it. Is this how a jump cut works? Wait, I don't have time to talk about this. Breakfast on the table, so get your lazy ass cleaned up and get down here ASAP, Big Bro.
Ow. Natsuki lightly knocked on Shinichi's head before leaving the room. Alright, whatever. Hey-o, long time no see. It's been a few months. Nah, kidding, it's only been a week. Let me fill you in while I am having breakfast. Life's been great. Everyone has settled down in this new world. Turns out our disappearance was quite an infamous case that the local authorities have been mulling their heads over for the past 2 months. To us, it felt like we've been trapped in the game for years, but I guess the time flow in DDLC is not the same as our origin universe here. Apparently, the 5 of us disappeared from the same town. The cops and detectives tried to search for us, but to no avail. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and I disappeared for 2 months before showing up again. Monica, however, had her face on a missing persons poster for the past 8 years. Reporters came in and bombarded us with questions regarding the details of our disappearance, and we had to call the cops to escort them out. They realized that they were disturbing our peace, so they decided to stop barging in and all at once and to take turns. We told them we were abducted by aliens and we were being experimented on. They seemed satisfied with that answer, as it kinda explains how Natsuki, who disappeared at the age of 16, came back as an 18-year-old, while Yuri inversely aged a few years younger from 23 years old to 18. I personally don't know what the big deal is. Natsuki and Yuri don't understand either, since both of them looked almost exactly the same as when they disappeared. Sure, Yuri's a tad shorter than her most recent records, and Natsuki's grown slightly taller. There's not much change, but the doctors who gave us medical checkups screamed and jumped like baboons when they noticed this anomaly within Yuri and Natsuki. Let's just say that the physical examinations were the most unpleasant parts to us in this process of readjusting to normal life. It's a good thing they don't find out that we still have our special powers that we got from the game world. And I'm done with breakfast. Off I go, Mom.
Off I go, Dad.
Everything you try it. Let's go, sis.
After you, big bro. Hey!
I see the world's most beautiful girl in the multiverse running towards us from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's having the time of her life. That girl is IG Sayori, my beloved girlfriend.
Good morning, Shinny-chan.
Morning, Sayo-chan. You're looking cute as usual today.
You too. Stop flirting or you will be late for school. Okay. Holly's here too. Hello, it's been a while.
I don't feel like saying silly things. Good morning.
Good morning to you too, Holly. Yatta, let's go to school together.
Together we walk to class. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, our special powers. Yup, we still got them. Turns out the 5 of us are now superheroes. Sayori can heal people with her kind words and create an invincible barrier. Yuri can control fire and turn into her Kiyohime form when she wants to or when she's absolutely pissed. Sis can summon her stand, Let's Get Physical, to help her do the heavy lifting or grab things from places too high for her to reach. And Monika's authority turned her into Crazy Diamond. Masakado had left my body, but not before he bestowed upon me the mystical martial arts of truth. Basically, I can punch people really hard and use the Wheel of Dharma to show the absolute truth. It's basically a lie detector. It's also an enemy detector and weapon. If I throw it at evildoers, it will cause them both physical and emotional damage as they regret their actions. Still not sure how my powers actually work, and both Days and Masakado's explanations didn't help me understand them better at all. Oh yeah, Days, Masakado, and Eileen are still keeping in touch with us. They can manifest here, but they will become invisible to every other person on this planet, except for the 5 of us who were in DLC. Right now, Days, Masakados, and Eileen are out there traveling and sightseeing, and checking whether this newly formed world is stable and error-free. You don't need this S? They won't be back in a few months. Maybe you can meet with them the next time you visit us. Back to the topic regarding our superpowers. We only allowed our own family members, our mom and dad, to know about this secret, and they are very proud of us. They now call us the heroes of Tokyo City, which is both endearing and cringy at the same time. Of course, we've also been secretly using these powers to help the people around us. Siri has healed over 50 children and adults who were accidentally hurt just by saying pain, pain, go away. They didn't notice it was her since she just whispered the words from a distance and somehow it still works. She couldn't cure cancer yet, but she vowed to train until she's able to. Yuri and Natsuki both decreased our town's crime rate by 80%, and the local authorities have no idea how it happened. The criminals were mostly just robbers and petty thieves. Some of them were drunkards who didn't know what they were doing. They kept raving about a fire-breathing dragon lady and an invisible ghost that punched them real hard. But of course, no one believed them.
I saw a delinquent trying to steal some snacks from the Familia Mart down that street last night. You should have seen the look on his face when I punched him in the gut with my stand. He had no idea what was happening since he couldn't see my stand. And he was so spooked that he ran away without looking back. I hope he learned his lesson.
You didn't cause too much damage, did you?
Nah, he's fine. I held back a lot. He didn't pass out, which means I controlled my strength perfectly.
No wonder it took you a while to get your pudding. Or get our pudding, rather. I'm impressed, Natsuki.
Thanks.
Shit, someone's being shy.
Shut up!
Monka, having the same abilities as Crazy Diamond, uses her powers to fix both people and broken items. I don't know who Crazy Diamond is and there's no frame of reference for this. As for me, I use my Wheel of Dharma to detect bad guys and people who need help. Sometimes I go out there to punch them criminals myself. They all proceed to turn themselves in after crying. They didn't even pay attention to me afterwards since they were drowning in their regrets. Last time I saw them, they were doing community service to make amends for their crimes. Since these criminals are real human people, I made the very wise decision to not use my sword and gun when confronting them. The sword I got from Masakado is now at home collecting dust as wall decor, and I've returned the gun to Masakado. Citizens don't use guns in this country, and I just don't feel comfortable wielding a firearm, you know? With our powers combined, we, the Doki Doki Power Revengers, will protect the city and its people. For the record, Sayori came up with that name, not me, and no, we ain't changing it, and we ain't gonna call it cringe. Well, we're here. With our arms linking together, and with me on the left, Sayori in the middle, and Natsuki on the right, we walk into our classroom. All 5 of us are in the same class now, which is nice. Sayori and I were dubbed the married couple of the class, since we're always very close to each other. Hey, when the hell's the wedding, you 10 army bastards? Statement on a question?
You need to keep quiet and mind your own business.
Yes, Miss Class President.
Hello there, Hallie. It's nice to see you. Welcome to our class. Feel free to have a look around.
Who are you talking to, Prez?
Nobody in particular. Hope you enjoy your stay here, Hallie.
Yuri's the class president, and she's currently enjoying her second life as a high school student instead of going back to college. She said she needed some time to figure out her own passions and future ambitions, and her parents graciously granted her the opportunity. Natsuki's enjoying her life in class too. She's quite glad that she's finally getting the respect she deserved from her former classmates in her previous 10th grade class, since she skipped a few grades to be in our class. Monika's the vice class president. She seems to be happy to get this position. It's a great change of pace for her.
They really couldn't see Hallie right now, huh? Mom and Dad couldn't see them either just now. This is freaky as hell.
Shh! Let's not draw any unwanted attention here, Natsuki. Hi, Hallie. I'm so glad you're here to visit us.
You're being louder than me, you hypocrite!
Sorry, I'm just too excited to see Hallie here.
Jeez, now everyone's looking at us funny.
Too bad they couldn't telepathically communicate with you. Unlike me, they couldn't connect you to your avatar, so somehow both Monika and Natsuki can handle our curriculum without any difficulties, despite not being in 12th grade before our kidnapping incident. I guess it had something to do with our settings as 18-year-old senior high school students in DDLC. All of us are trained to the knowledge required to understand the lessons, which is quite convenient. I guess Dan wanted all of us to be good students when he designed our characters. Whoops, let's talk later. Class is starting. Mundane event temporal skipping sequence activated. Hours pass, and class time is over. Oh, to have such luxuries in the vanilla portion.
Ah, finally, class is over. Let's go to the club.
Let's lead the way, Vice President.
Okay, you follow me, everyone.
Our literature club's now one of the most popular clubs on our campus. We now have over 20 members. Monika's the president, and Sayori's the vice president. Yuri's the librarian and team maker, while Natsuki handles the club inventory and refreshments like cupcakes and sweets. I'm not sure. Oh no, she's the tea maker. I've read this as team maker, and I'm dumb. Don't mind me. I'm the treasurer, by the way. I handle the club funds and budget. Ah, here she comes to say hi to you.
Hi again, Hallie. How's the newly improved literature club? Now with more members in the club, we added a whole lot of things as well. Let's see, we have 2 new bookshelves, one for manga and one for novels. We also got a cabinet full of stationaries and tools. And we even have a mini toaster oven for Natsuki to heat up her homemade cupcakes. She brings in different kinds of snacks and sweets every day, and they all tasted so good.
So many options. Wow, you're really excited about it. Can't be helped, she really likes Natsuki sweets. Her joyful exterior is now no longer a facade.
Sorry, I got a little too excited again. I need to drink Yuri's tea to help calm myself down. Ah, speaking of which, you should definitely try Yuri's tea as well. She recently bought some tea leaves from somewhere called, Killer in Highlands. And tea is so good that even I don't need honey to enjoy it.
Right, Sayori don't usually drink tea unless it's mixed with a bit of honey. Doesn't. Her tongue is very sensitive to bitter flavors.